All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back, and I had to I had to install caster mods. They asked me to install specific mods for the tournament, so hopefully nothing got screwed up. We'll find out together, everybody, as we start our first battle here. NTT versus GWHAT best of 2, which basically means every team is playing 2 games, guaranteed. And then the highest point values carry on into next weekend. So here we go. We've got worst player NA in the gearing. That's a COTS build gearing. Flyer Gremlin in a daring, usual build. We've got Beaky in a COTS build daring as well. Black Eagle in a Manitar. There it is. Van Blade, unique upgrade. Des Moines. Unbring Samu in a Venezia range module Venezia. That's what you'd expect. And then we've got Arquata in a radar spec Salem. For battleships, Carlo 96 in a tanky Kremlin with Swift and Silence, or Brisk, I mean it's called, for battleships. And then Strategic Fault in the Vermont. He's getting ready for his space shuttle camo. We took a look at that yesterday. It was awesome. He's got the extra AP damage skill and all that fixin' as well. What do we got for GWHAT?
GWHAT, we have the daring that is going to Charlie, running Pew Pew, typical build. Followed by a Des Moines that is legendary with more radar. Gdansk with more radar. He is followed by the gearing that is unique, built for torpedoes. With a Salem that I believe is running Hydro.
Yes.
Because of the module, I can't believe I said St. Louis. St. Vincent, running Reload. And Napoli, secondary build. Going to Bravos to San Martin, running more radar, and followed by him, and I use this loosely, the Vermont, which is a sniper build with a little tinkle in... Yeah, no, that's sniper build.
Perfect.
I still see that slot, and I think secondaries, even for the U.S.
Well, I mean, it does improve the range of secondaries slightly. It's not like the full secondary one.
Right. You know, I really wish they would just get rid of the American module, just put it in there.
Mm-hmm. All right, so Chad is catching up. I love you guys are such trolls. Anyway, we're about to get our first glimpse of combat here in the Sea Cap on loop. I think that Des Moines Salem are going to run into each other pretty soon. Now, Salem running Hydro is an interesting pick because Salem, of course, has the opportunity to take radar, but that radar doesn't exactly reach a long distance, and it doesn't last as long as the Des Moines. So if you want the radar, you take the Des Moines. The Salem gives you a super heal, and it trades that radar coverage, or you can take Hydro instead. You can't take both. So GWHAT's Salem player has chosen to take Hydro because that's a standard duration Hydro plus the module.
I'm sure he's got the flag too. I don't know flags.
Right, we can't really see flags anymore, guys. Once upon a time, it was very easy to see flags. But even right now, looking at this daring, you can't even see the flags. Remember, Petropavlovsk and Marsilli were banned.
No, but I can see all the fire going in on the poor daring along with the torps.
Now you can barely see the flags if you zoom in enough. Once upon a time, I used to go around and check to make sure all the players were running det flags. Can't do that anymore because the flags are just too darn small.
Now we have to be patient like everyone else and see who gets detonated and point and laugh.
That's right, that's right.
Well, I find it interesting that NTT has sent 3 ships to Alpha, while GWHAT is sent 2, like San Martin, Vermont. I'm sure the Vermont's looking across map.
So it's common on this map that the southern side pushes the D cap and the northern side pushes the A cap, or the northern side pushes the D cap. They typically have the option to go for either one. For whatever reason, players on the south side typically don't choose to push the 1-2 line towards A. So both teams, if you look at the way the Vermont Venezia gearing are for Team Entity and the Vermont San Martin are for GWHAT, both of those sides are set to receive. They're in kite-away positions, which means that they're set to receive a push. That push ain't happening over there, though. So both sides are kind of going to fumble about a bit. When they discover that there's no push happening on that side, you'll probably see, especially Entity's side, flip, and they'll start heading southward.
Well, the gearing for GWHAT has got to be radared on the cap, but unfortunately nobody's taking shots except for the Kremlin. Oh, Minotaur finally is able to take some shots.
Yeah. Fricom should be okay. Remember, there's a 6-second delay when the radar gets triggered. So everybody can... It gives people time to turn their guns, but that's about it. Now we're watching the Salem just pound in on this Des Moines, who kind of popped out a little bit too far. Ooh, there's a Citadel on him. Popped a little bit too far out. Now he's getting punished for it. Remember, Des Moines does not have a super heal. Just has a normal one. He's currently healing right now.
Right, but I mean, that's a lot of HE damage.
Yes, it is.
You know, which you can pretty much recover from. Not as great as the Salem can.
Right, right. There was some Citadel damage that obviously is not repairable. But yeah, he'll repair some. The difficulty for that Des Moines player is he's going to have to stay out of combat for an extended period of time. At least long enough to get his second heal up.
That's right. GWHAT gets the first contested cap of the game.
Yep. Yep, that gearing Fricom manages to back in and grab the cap, and then Beaky's got a torpedo coming. He takes one right in the face. Oh no, that was in the butt. He was backing up. He was spotted. Everybody's still shooting. They know he's near death.
This is when you wish you had your Des Moines radar over there, but...
Well, that Salem, absolutely. That Salem, if he had radar, that could have been a different experience for that gearing. Beaky would be dead.
The gearing goes from being a gearing to a gearing kaze, as you like to call them.
Oh, yes. Yes, his adrenaline rush, he doesn't have it. Never mind. Normally, a gearing player would run adrenaline rush in COTS. Because in a situation like this, when you take a random torpedo but you're still alive, your torpedoes reload insanely fast. Oh well. Let's look at the middle of the map. Nothing. Matter of fact, see what I was saying? Do you look at the map? What I was talking about just a couple minutes ago, Entity has realized that the GWHAT is pushing on the other side. So Entity has started turning their ships around, and they are going to start pushing now. And that's why Flyer Gremlin is moving in his daring too. He's going into the middle of the map more so that they can deal with... They can try to get around and envelop whatever's at B cap. Unfortunately, Flyer Gremlin runs into Greek Show's daring. And you can see the smoke, everything flying. There's Vermont shells that come in and hit the daring.
Well, I mean, more importantly, Greek got the cap. So
yes,
like they're ticking away on 2 caps. Well, I mean, I know it's technically 3, but who's counting this early in the morning?
Not me, that's for sure. Remember last week we had a couple matches end on points and neither of us caught it.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I mean, this could be one of those situations too, because it's like these points do add up relatively quick.
Yes, I've actually heard that there's a bit of a bug with the point gain system on this particular map. I think the points add up way too quickly. So that makes it a little bit more difficult for teams to decide how they're gonna, time their pushes and all that good stuff.
What? There's no bug. Players would not abuse a bug. I find this hard to believe. What is this, Destiny?
Definitely not. And so they've asked Wargaming, can you fix this? And Wargaming has said, well, sure, but we won't fix it until patch 12.10, which is after COTS is done. So players have to deal with this. If they're going to choose loop, this is something they're just going to have to accept. Vermont shooting Kremlin across the map. Kremlin is half health.
He is pretty broadside.
He is pretty broadside, that's right. Here comes the shells. Boink. Look at all those bounces off the deck. I love that animation.
You know what map isn't bugged?
Mine?
Your map.
That is true. Faroe Islands is not bugged.
Maybe that's why nobody wants to play it.
Maybe.
I mean, GWHAT definitely has, they're not, NTT definitely has to start getting into these caps.
Well, worst player NA is about to get into the B cap, but if you look at the St. Martin, he's in a position to just radar trigger as soon as he goes in. And Thami's detected. He knows, you know, worst player knows that he's got no choice but to go in. He's gonna have to weather this radar. As
Gdansk kills the Gehring.
Yeah.
We missed that one.
Bike goes down in the middle of the decap. He does get the decap back for his team. We were just talking about how important it was to get those caps. Carlo in trouble now in the Kremlin. He's going to have some torpedoes to deal with. Just a one, looks like, actually.
I think that Des Moines is going to be the pick here.
Player 216?
No, at Delta. Like, unless this Kremlin pops out.
Van Blade. Okay, yeah.
You know me, I hate names.
I'm
lucky I remember my name.
Carlo takes another torpedo because of his spot there. He rushed up to that spot. He's going to take another one, possibly.
No, he'll miss the one from St. Vincent.
Nope. And meanwhile, the San Martin has been beat back. He's been pushed back from the Venezia and the Vermont combo, allowing worst player NA to grab the B cap. They get COTS player 216. That's the one I thought you were talking about as the focus target. He goes down, and look at the map control right now. Entity has all 4 points.
They have all 4 points. They are down a destroyer.
This is true.
But luckily for them, where they're down a destroyer is the team is very heavy at. Right, Kremlin, Minotaur, Des Moines. So where they need to have destroyers, luckily they're still alive.
Right.
The Gehring is stopping the NTT's Gehring at Bravo is stopping GWHAT's Daring from capping it, playing the you can't have if I can't have it, you can't.
Yep. Carlo has torpedoes coming, but he's stopping. He's gonna barely dodge those torpedoes.
Oh, but is he gonna dodge the shells?
Yes. And now look at the St. Vincent. The St. Vincent Schilde wants to get around this island, but he knows he can't as long as this Kremlin is here to block him. Meanwhile, Greek shows Daring is in trouble. Whoa, Vermonted.
Des Moines showing broadside to the Salem. Oh, and he had HE loaded.
That was problematic earlier. But yeah.
And that was the action at Delta.
Someone was unprepared. There goes Carlo. Burned down by the Salem. That's why the Salem had HE loaded. But the St. Vincent goes down. Brilliant focus fire on the part of Entity there. Both battleships dying.
Still maintain cap controls.
And ship control now. They're up by 1 ship.
The Des Moines is near combat ineffective.
But he's still alive.
Correct. He's still alive. Unless he uses torpedo. Though. No, he doesn't. I mean, NTT can afford to give up the decap.
Yes.
Like, they win in 22 seconds.
Yes.
So long as the Des Moines lives. GWHAT needs this kill on the Des Moines.
Yep. Black Eagle gets slapped, but guys, there's 12 seconds left. I don't see this ending any other way.
No.
2 seconds left. That'll do it for our game 1. I'm looking for a ship kill. I don't see anybody, so I'm going to zoom in on the Des Moines that survived.
And the curse of the red team survives.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Sorry, GWHAT.
All right, so Entity wins game 1. We're going to move on next to Sleeping Giant. Can we bring up my best of 3 screen again?
No.
No, the banned ships you mean in this map?
Yeah.
Banned ships are different. It's Kremlin and Des Moines.
Okay.
So let's take a look. Do you want to tell us about GWHAT again, or would you like NTT this time?
Oh no, I'm sticking with red.
All right, so Team Green, we've got Greek show. This time it's GWHAT in the daring. That's your typical gun build or utility build. We've got Frycom in the gearing. That's a COTS build with adrenaline rush. Don't give a ship. I love the name. That's also a COTS build gearing. For cruisers, we've got Stingray in the Moskva unique upgrade, and someone is in the Minotaur. It's actually a Minotaur, of course. It's got the radar. Potato Researcher in the Stalingrad with, Stalingrad with radio location. And then we've got Tommy at Berlin in the Worcester, followed by Shieldy 1993's Ohio, which is a sniper spec. Oh, what was the setup for Worcester real quick here? He's going for reload. Eesh. And Yorban 06 in the Vermont. Now, this is a sniper quickscope-ish setup. In slot 3, I would have expected to see the turret reverse module as well, but he's opted for the artillery plotting room instead. What's going on for Entity to the south, Puddin?
All right, the gearing going to Alpha is torpedo build with unique upgrade. Stalingrad is range with more radar.
Mm-hmm.
Worcester is range.
Mm-hmm.
Running the hydro module.
Yep.
Interesting there. Ohio sniper build
Definitely.
with nothing in the secondaries.
Nope.
More of a tank build, like that build, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
The daring at Bravo is typical daring build with reload for its pew-pews. The Moskva is unique with more radar, no surprise there. Vermont, 360 no scope ladder stall. Minotaur is, wow, to nobody's surprise, running radar. Why else do you bring a Minotaur with the gearing? That is running the smoke module along with more get up and go with the unique mod. So
Yep.
I wonder what his job is going to be. Smoke the Minotaur, I think, is his game plan.
Yep. And this is, so when I talk about COTS build, guys, this is what it's all about. You put the engine module, you put the smoke module, and you put the unique upgrade in. And worst player is barely going to dodge these torpedoes. Wow. Reminder, Kremlin Des Moines band. Now, typically, for commander skills, there's a mix. Worst player here, I would say he's missing out on Adrenaline Rush. That's the only skill that somehow needs to find its way back in. Brisk makes sense. We talked about that last weekend. Getting to the right spot is very important as quickly as possible. And so you typically see, like, don't give a ship. It's for the most part the same modules, just different commander skills depending on what they prioritize. So NTT is prioritizing smoke, whereas GWHAT is prioritizing torpedo spam.
Let's see. What do we got going on? Nobody's really doing much. It's interesting position for GWHAT's
Or daring, Greek show?
daring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of smart. He's in a position to run away as soon as he gets radared, which is what just happened. All right, he goes.
W. I mean, obviously the Moskva's there to radar B.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just, you know, you're in the Thunderdome, so, like, ironically, being in that position, what you're realistically could do is bait out the radar for somebody to get A.
And I think that's exactly what they did. They baited out the Stalingrad radar. Stingray now responding in his Moskva, which is catching Flyer Gremlin out. But who can really shoot him at this point? Just the Vermont, I suppose?
The Dolphins?
Right. Carlo now coming under sustained fire from GWHAT over on the A-cap.
Ohio is, yeah. I mean, thank God the Worcester got, reload, because that thing is way too slow without it.
Personally, I prefer a range build in Worcester. over a reload build. I feel like the reload, you're not going to notice the difference. Your guns fire quickly enough, but the range gives you so much more flexibility to stay behind a smoke screen and make things work. As our Quada has his hydro up, he's got to keep backing up. He'll be fine.
I mean, all he's got to do is take one citadel, and there we go. Range mod reload mod activated.
Because of adrenaline rush, that's exactly right.
I just...
Well,
I mean, honestly, I would probably prefer a Salem over a Worcester. I hate floaty shells, but that's just my personal choice.
Yeah.
Looks like CCAP is going to be taken by GWHAT.
No, beautiful blind shell there on Don't Give a Ship, hitting him, causing a reset, and then you can see Black Eagle just happens to get in position to radar. He reversed in there just enough to capture the entire CCAP. The problem is, of course, he can't keep backing up.
Oh, he's got to leave, especially for Vermont's looking.
That's exactly right.
I mean, Salem is even bad enough. Or Salem, Stalingrad. Jesus. Yeah, I really want to play Salem today. Can you guys tell? But I mean, he backs up into this cap now. Like, we know radar's gone.
Well, that's the thing. Don't Give a Ship is back in the cap. So what they're going to do is what's called French radar. You can see Black Eagle already doing it. They're going to shoot that same part of the cap. And look, one of the shells hits, starts a fire on Don't Give a Ship. I'm surprised.
Did he do that?
You can see the shell starting to trace back over. This is called French radar. You just keep shooting the spot, and then when you see an explosion, you keep shooting that explosion. There's the Moscow radar. Don't Give a Ship is forced to leave yet again.
Ooh. NTT's gearing at Alpha. We miss him eating maybe a torpedo?
Well,
or getting chunked down by the... No, not the Daring. Daring's looking at the Daring that capped Bravo.
Either way, once again, that gearing is low, and he doesn't have adrenaline rush, so he doesn't get any benefit from being this low on health.
More importantly, he's forced off the cap. GWHAT's gearing in the correct spot to where nobody can hit him. So radar me all day long. Who can shoot me? There's smoke for the Worcester. Stalin was close on GWHAT's gearing.
Puddin', check DM for 1 sec.
Check the what?
I just sent you a DM on Discord.
Okay.
Whoa. What the heck? Sorry about that.
I mean, that's easy.
Thank you.
Finally, I got to do something good.
Sorry about that, guys. Apparently, when I was DMing Puddin' about a situation in chat, well, it just went to the winner screen for a second.
No offense, guys. I'm not putting up with anybody's stuff today. You don't even get a warning. You're just gone.
Yeah, if you want to do that, wait for a WoW's official and go spam them.
Right. Now, NTT's destroyers are both low. I know they have a gearing that is still fairly healthy on C, but the daring at Bravo is low. The gearing at Apples is extremely low. Like somebody accidentally sneezes in his direction.
Now we're calling them apples, bacon, and chocolate. Is that what you're doing here?
Yeah.
Okay. Puddin' is hungry, guys.
Yes.
As someone's Minotaur now trying to hit worst player at NA's gearing. And here comes the radar on the other side. See, this is what we call the most boring gameplay in COTS. Just all the back and forth with the smoke screen and the radar and, the jockeying for position. It might be fun to play, but it's boring as hell to cast.
You know what? It's boring to play too.
Good. All right, Flyer Gremlin now under radar. He's probably going to go down here. I don't see a way for him to stay alive. But he's taking good chunkings out of Greek shows. Daring. There he goes. First blood of the game. Almost 10 minutes in.
We'll just
GWHAT's
call
up
it
the
10
ship.
minutes. We can route numbers.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see. Nobody, I think, is going to be able to reset NTT's gearing on apples
No.
because the gearing rotated out, and they're dead.
Well, look how close that Stalingrad radar is to him, or the Moskva radar is. Like, just barely in range. But Beak is perfectly happy to sit there right outside of that radar range and just... He knows that that Stingray's radar is up, and he knows he's within 12, or just out of 12. So he's just waiting there.
Ooh, Minotaur took a torpedo, I believe.
Someone took a torpedo?
Yes.
DCP
Actually,
triggered.
I had to look at his name.
DCP triggered, and now he's healing himself back up.
That does count as Citadel damage.
Mm-hmm. I love someone in chat says, be right back, pause the game, gonna go get a coffee. Sure, we'll pause it just for you.
Well, I mean, if we're calling a timeout.
Now you can see, here's why our Quada in the Worcester is so much more powerful in range until he gets smacked like that. But look at what he's able to do with his range there. He could lob shells over, and now that he just got spanked, I mean, he's got adrenaline rush, so there's that reload module you were talking about. What smacked him? It had to have been that Vermont.
Could have been Stalingrad, though, too. Oh, no, wrong team.
Yeah, that's the problem. I've done that so many times.
I don't know if it was Vermont or just the Ohio. No, yeah, Vermont's got his guns looking that way. I think he's turning the Vermont's turning his guns to Moscow, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, worst player on A is coming under fire.
Yeah, he got radared again. And it's Minotaur radar, so it's going to last for quite a long time.
Not as long as Des Moines.
Worst player is actually turning into the gearing salvo as he tries to dodge. He hits the brakes. Shells do not fly right by. Actually, that made him take more damage, I think.
And now they're fishing for the kill.
Well, he's still spotted.
Is he still spotted?
Yeah, he's still spotted. Now he's not spotted anymore.
I don't know why it's not showing up for me.
Do you have the... Oh! Stalingrad
Well,
gets the kill. NTT down 2 ships now.
I wonder if that's in settings.
Is it... Do you have the caster mod or the spotting mod set up?
I thought it did.
Okay.
I mean, I can see the green team.
Okay. So if you can't
Red
see...
team, I just don't.
If you can't see the red, then what you have to do is you have to go into a co-op battle and then select see both teams in the loading screen for that co-op battle. It's a pain in the butt.
I'll do that next
Yeah.
series, because
No problemo.
well, this is probably going to go to a game 3, because
There is no game 3. This is best
just
of 2.
games?
There are 2 battles and that's it. Now we have scheduled matches every hour, which means that we will have to go fishing for a match after this.
Well, didn't NTT win the first game?
Correct.
So they're both going to walk away possibly 1-1?
So this today is all about winning as many games as possible. Every
Okay.
every win that you get, that helps. Oh, I had what? Oh, I see. Hold on.
All right, so where do we got action going on? Because, I think we're all falling asleep here.
We kind of are, aren't we?
Like, oh, look, a Worcester's farming out of Worcester, who's farming out of Worcester, who's being farmed out by a Worcester. Is anybody surprised? Like, this will happen eventually. I mean, GWHAT Ohio is in a CV spot. Does he not know he's not a Louisiana?
Ooh, NTT loses their Mosk, but for whatever reason he was moving up, got himself focused down. I think they were trying to get the kill on Stingray's Moskva. With 5 minutes...
I mean, they have to do something.
They do. And to the point where, take a look at the Vermont.
Battle ends in 5 minutes.
Which Vermont? There's like probably 12 of them somewhere. Oh, the Vermont at sea who thinks he can cap. No, this will not end well for him.
Yeah, that's basically gonna be the end of this. So hopefully that means we'll get a death pick. As Vermont takes all the torpedoes.
GWHAT is winning this just by killing NTT, right? It's been a single cap for both teams, but with the point spread, it's literally been just, well, okay, fine, we'll kill you.
Well, but take a look. Look at how many ships on Team GWHAT are low health. There's only really one ship, maybe two, that are above 50% health. Everybody else is low. So I think the big story here too is NTT is unable to convert kills, right? They're not able to get the full kill on somebody. Tell me at Berlin was low. He healed back up again. Schilde's Ohio has been low so many times and healed back up again. Frycom's gearing now in radar at A.
Well,
you know?
What I think is funny is I believe NTT's Minotaur has more HP than their battleship. Oh, no.
But you
That quickly is going to disappear.
Right. But you see what I'm talking about, right? No, entities are simply unable to come up with the kills that they need to keep themselves in this game. So, oh well, it happens.
Maybe there is something to this reload booster that we're unaware of.
I suppose that is also a possibility, yes.
Like, I think it could be. I mean, right now the most exciting thing going on is NTT's Minotaur just absolutely dodging everybody.
I know, I've been spectating him because I'm just expecting him to get clobbered. And that's not happening. Black Eagle doing a nice job of just juking all the shells. To my dismay, because as soon as he dies, that's it and I get a death pick. So...
Stalingrad at Apples for NTT is coming under heavy fire.
Let's take a look at Stalingrad at Apples. There it is.
Burning
Now,
on the nose. The
Schilde,
booster
though-
may eat a torpedo.
Schilde, though, might go down. He's at 3,000. He's going to eat a torpedo. There goes the Worcester. Ouch.
Oof.
There goes the Stalingrad.
He is about to win.
There might be a time extension here.
If only Vermont could reload, he could have got a double strike.
That's right. Keep shooting. I'm reloading. Here comes the Ohio salvo. It'll probably finish Aquata's Worcester. No, he hits the brakes. The shells just miss. That's why I like range module. You get so much more time and flexibility to dodge incoming fire. Schilde's going to go down here, and that's going to cause a time extension with mere seconds to go before GWHAT wins anyways.
Ooh, Vermont just punished Ohio on Bravo.
Oh, I see Carlo now going into the middle of the map.
You mean his grave site?
Yeah, he's digging himself to an... Well, it's not really an early grave because at this point in the game, Ohio goes down.
The enemy is about to win.
Guilty ram.
Oh, that was... that. Okay, Carlo hits Schilde's Ohio. Mosfa kills the Worcester. And that's going to leave us with this crazy little duel here. There goes Carlo. And with 2 seconds to go, I'm getting set up for my death pick. Where's the sun? Let's get on the right side of the sun here. There we go. There we go. Yorban rubbing his butt all over that Ohio. All right, guys.
All right, so that's it for this room.
Yes, that will do it for this room. It ends up going 1-1. Both teams scoring. It's updated there. There it goes.